What is up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another episode of the What the Fanboy Show.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight, we're lean and mean and a fighting machine.
Yep. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Truth. Yeah, we're...
Some people will get that, maybe. It's a tease for a news story later on.
Ooh.
Do you get that?
Ooh. No, I don't get that.
Oh, okay.
Should I get that?
I don't know. It depends on whether or not you've seen a show or not. Have you seen Friday Night Lights?
Oh, no. I've heard that saying before, and when you say Friday Night Lights, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like those things go together. But no, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm dumb like that. So
good show.
Yeah.
Really good show.
Yeah.
Football.
But yeah, just Luke and I tonight. Tyler's busy cheering on his
He's supporting
Commanders.
His team.
How they doing right now?
They're up 14-7.
Okay.
Shout out Ty's Commanders. Obviously I'm rooting for him too because I want Ty's team to win, but I also don't want the Bengals to win.
Yeah, more than anything, I just don't want the Bengals to win. But yeah, but go Washington. So, yeah, we've done a couple things. I don't know if we have a proper review tonight,
We've
per se, but we've each watched a few things.
Yeah, and we obviously, the Transformer in your neighborhood exploded last week.
Yeah, fun fact.
We heard it.
We were like sitting here chatting, just getting ready for the show to start, and all of a sudden,
a minute away from going live, which we are already starting late because schedules. But yeah, we heard a boom, and so we got news stories that they're old now, but we're still gonna talk about them.
We'll run by them and we'll run through them.
Some trailers and
so
there's like a lot of kind of big things to talk about.
Absolutely.
But
yeah. Do we want to start with trailers? What
sure.
We got trailer-wise?
Go through all like 10 of them that I got. First one. We got a trailer for the HBO Salem's Lot show.
That's right.
Based on the Stephen King novel. It obviously reminded me a lot of Midnight Mass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a vampire inside of a small town, so it's going to do that. But, man, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
It reminded me of that, and I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. And I historically hate vampires, so I'm, like, breaking my own personal rules now for two things. Because I'll see Nosferatu, and I'll watch this, too. Midnight Mass didn't know it was going to be a vampire.
That's right.
So.
That was a twist. Oh, spoilers if you haven't watched Midnight Mass. Turn off this show and go watch Midnight Mass.
If you haven't watched Midnight Mass, it's either because you don't like horror or you're a loser. And if it's because you're a loser, stop being a loser and watch literally one of the best shows ever.
So good.
Like, easily in my top 5.
Yeah. An annual rewatch for me.
Yeah.
And that's
incredible.
Not common with shows.
Yeah.
So.
It's only like 7 episodes.
Yeah.
It's so easy to watch, man.
Yeah.
Just go straight through it on Netflix. Watch it before they remove it.
And then pirate it when it gets removed.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, no. Don't do that.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. We got another big trailer last week. That was Mickey 17.
Yes. Bong Joon-ho.
The long-anticipated Mickey 17.
Was supposed to come out this last spring, right? Like March or something of last year, and then they got delayed.
I think it was supposed to come out in the fall of last year.
Oh, fall of 23? Yeah. I mean, it got a big delay.
Maybe it was the spring this year, but
yeah, it was spring or fall, spring of 24, spring or fall of 23.
It got delayed to January
25.
Big red flag.
That is a big red flag. However,
great trailer.
I love what this trailer is throwing down.
Yeah, great trailer, and
this seems like it's going to be a lot of dark fun.
Yeah, I wonder if why put it in January? That's such a weird. There's never good movies in January. I shouldn't say that. There's always one takes over. This is
going to be the one.
It's usually a horror movie though.
Yeah.
But maybe we can, start breaking the trend of
I do
having
kind of
January
feel
be
like
a toilet.
they may have a little bit of like there's enough name recognition in terms of like Bong Joon Ho is gonna bring in a certain niche no matter when they put it out.
Yeah.
And so maybe they're hoping that word of mouth is really good and that goes into early February and they just have something that has some legs and it doesn't really have to compete with anything until uh, I guess what probably
March.
Valentine's Day always has something, but it's gonna be cross programming, counter programming
Yeah.
to whatever Mickey 17 is. Big thumbs up for this trailer. I am loving what I'm seeing.
Robert Pattinson doing another funny voice.
Yes.
He looks great in it. He's
He
playing
does.
several characters.
He plays Mickey 1 through 17.
Through 18.
Through 18. Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it looks great. One that doesn't look great, Venom, The Last Dance.
I mean, has it ever looked great, though?
No.
I think the first trailer, we were like, this could be fun. Like, the horse thing was always like, this could just be outlandishly
The horse
ridiculous and fun. But the more I see of it, the more I'm like, this really doesn't feel
Yeah.
as fun as it wants to be.
I know it's going to be like the first two.
Yeah. Which,
Just
if you enjoyed the first
awful and not fun. Like a pain to watch because it's just daggers in your ears or eyes based on what you have to hear or see.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe they can pull out some magic. Maybe it can have some fun spectacle. I wouldn't put money on it, but
no, I wouldn't bet on it, but
we'll see. Oh wow, they're kicking a field goal. The next trailer I have from last week is Anora.
yes. And I remember seeing the first trailer of this is trailer number 2, I think. The first trailer I was really intrigued by. This really looks good, and I guess the buzz around it has been pretty good too.
I don't know the actress's name. She's from Scream 5.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, she's I know the spoilers of the movie. So
Whoa.
I mean, it's impossible to avoid. But she's getting lots of Oscar buzz, and I can understand it. Looks like a fun romantic thriller-ish.
It looks like it's a rom-com that's been dressed up in the more like espionage and mafia-esque kind of world. You know, mix that into the 2020s with drugs and crazy clubs and even just all the lighting.
It's like
awesome.
Pretty Woman meets Jason Bourne. I don't know.
I don't know, but it looks like it's a lot of fun. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it looks good. I hope that one comes to our area. I have a feeling it won't, at least for more than a day.
Yeah, it may just be here for a weekend.
It'll have one showing a day every day at 3:30 p.m.
Right.
It's like, oh, thanks. Also from last week, Your Monster.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast in a suburban house.
There's been a few kind of Beauty and the Beast remake type films over the years. It's Beauty and the Beast, but we're remaking it for the modern era. I don't know what this is necessarily like. It doesn't feel like it's trying to stay super close to what Beauty and the Beast is storyline wise. But it looks like it could be a lot of fun.
I was laughing a lot.
You were.
I was giving out some lulz pretty loudly. I think this looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And it's
it seems like there's good chemistry between kind of at least the two leads, but even the ex-boyfriend who is inevitably going to be part of this love triangle.
Mm-hmm. Guessing he's the Gaston.
The Gaston character. And I think it's...
But yeah, and her sister or friend, whoever that character is. I'm not really sure, but...
Yeah.
She's like, you want to talk about it? No, I got to go to karate.
But I love you.
Looks great. It's Melissa Barrera, also from Scream.
Oh, yeah.
but I mean, I know her from In the Heights. But yeah, looks very good. Next trailer. We're still on last week, by the way.
Yeah, we're.
Magpie.
Yeah.
This is a little thriller starring Daisy Ridley.
Another love triangle.
Yeah.
But more on the thriller side than.
It's like their relationship didn't work out.
Little rocky.
Yeah.
Little rocky, and then.
And they have a kid, and the ex-husband looks like he's getting involved with somebody else. Might be some jealousy or something.
Yeah.
I told Brett after, because this one gives strong classic A24 vibes.
Yeah.
And I was like, it looks like in the last 5 minutes, the baby actually turns out to be an
baby
alien
did it.
or something. Just totally out of left field. But I think it looks like a lot of fun.
I think it looks good. I think it's
I guess not fun. Looks
fun,
like it'll be enjoyable.
Yeah. Fun in the sense of like, ooh, I'm ready to be in that kind of world and that mystery and that drama and that tension, right? I think it looks like a very different role for Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
And
which is really good because
branch out.
She was the lead in Star Wars, and then rightfully so, she took a break.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly would recommend that to anybody who's the lead, like a new actor or actress.
Yeah.
You get a lead in the biggest franchise in the world, and then it's done. It's controversial. Just take a break. She got off social media. She did Young Woman in the Sea, which I'll talk about later. Yeah. And this is the complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
So, like, I think she's now she. This is what I would do if I was her. I'd be like, go find an HBO show that you can be like a supporting actress in.
Oh yeah.
And then just like so you can throw your name in for that supporting actress role for Emmy.
For
Emmys,
like, yeah.
I'm here.
Right. Probably would, especially if you can get on a good HBO show.
Like
that'll pay your
find
bills
the producer for True Detective 5
for 5 years.
Yeah.
Get 5 seasons of really good quality TV.
Just go talk to Mike Flanagan and be like, "Can I be in your next show?"
Yes, please.
Just do that. That's my recommendation.
Love it.
All right, now we're getting into this week. I think I got them all. Yeah. We just watched this one, Rumors. This is another dark comedy. Lots of dark comedies this week.
'Tis the season. It's spooky season. What can we say?
You know what? I'll take dark comedies over just straight up
comedies.
No, or just dark.
Just over horror.
This is. You know what it kind of reminded me of? Did you ever watch Triangle of Sadness?
No.
It looks like a better version of that, but it's
Yeah.
like just in the woods.
Mm-hmm. It looks like a very low budget, mostly one location kind of a thing. Limited. They have some big names. I mean,
Kate Blanchett
and Charles Dance.
Yeah.
So like they're not necessarily it's not like they don't have any money, but it seems like it probably knows what it is, and it's just these like the G7 world leaders are all of a sudden all alone in the middle of what appears to be a zombie-esque like apocalypse thing.
There's a big brain in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
Oh my gosh, what a catch. I'm sorry. Holy moly.
So I'm all here for this. I'm very much into dark comedies right now, so this is very much up my alley.
Yep. Looks good. All right, now we're to the 2 giant ones, and then I got 2 baby ones.
Okay.
Marvel's back. Deadpool was a success. They made money.
They did. Lots of it.
And now they're like, here we go. Phase 5.5, whatever we're in. Let's finish this thing out strong. We got the trailer for Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts trailer dropped today.
Asterix,
yeah. This trailer was way better than I thought it had any right to be.
I agree.
Or at least that I was expecting.
I totally agree. Just from the first shot of Florence Pugh at the door, you're just like, this looks better than every Marvel movie I've seen in the past 5 years. The movie looks like it has color.
Yeah.
Looks like they said, this will be an interesting shot.
Yeah.
it has interesting characters as well, like all the B characters that have been in the Marvel universe,
This really has a
or
potential
B villains, I
in a
guess.
very different kind of way, but it has a potential to be that Guardians of what Guardians surprised us with, right? Which is
Well, not me, but dude, I saw the first trailer for that. I was like, this is going to be the best Marvel movie ever.
but it's like here are all these characters we don't know. These are characters we know, but we might not have that much care for in terms of like Ghost. We don't really know who Ghost is. She was in one. She was the minor villain in one movie, right? Kind of a thing. So it has that potential to just throw all these people together on the skillet and like, okay, let's see how they mix and match. And that seems like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm here for it. And they can have, they're all like fisticuffs characters too.
Yes.
So I'm expecting some really fun action. Yep. Even like Ghost and who's the school person?
Not Cross.
The villain from Black Widow.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Taskmaster.
Oh my gosh.
Handing in our nerd cards here. we got it.
Yeah, I will have to lose one. But yeah, like they have ability-esque Ghost more so because going through stuff.
Yeah. But even just like they tease like what's probably like their first meeting, which is a fight in a big room, and they're all using their powers uniquely against each other. Like there's the shot
guns.
where like the knife is like going around to each individual, and then like I thought that was a really cool way of okay, let's see how they interact. Like the phasing where Ghost lets the knife. It's Ghost, right? I'm saying it phases through her, and then she like grabs it on the other end.
Yeah,
it's like that's super cool.
Yep, and we got our look at Sentry, who I honestly don't know a lot about.
Yeah, me neither.
I did think it was funny how he's like, I'm Bob.
Yeah.
And that was his name in Top Gun.
Oh.
Because it's Louis Pullman. His call sign was Bob. So he said that, and I was just kind of like, oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, that was really surprising how much I really liked that trailer.
Yeah.
Even Tyler sent it, and he's like, I liked this. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll see.
Right.
I finished it, and I was like, yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, okay.
Next trailer. Also, I'll attach a news story. This is the Gladiator 2 newest trailer. So much better, just from the music alone.
I feel like they heard the feedback and were like, all right, trailer 2, don't worry, we got you.
You know what I bet they said, you know what? You're right. We shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. I wouldn't even be surprised if they had some random, like, Eminem song or something in there.
It was queued up, and they're just like, oh, nope, can't do that anymore.
You better lose yourself. It's like, what are we doing? But no, we used cinematic music. Maybe some of Hans's music.
Yeah.
Is he doing the score for this?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. But I will say I still am a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Mainly because of Ridley's hitting and missing over the past couple years. I think his last one was a miss though, so maybe this one will be a hit.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that has me worried though is the fact that he said he's making Gladiator 3, and it just makes me go, this is a franchise now, and we're just lessening the impact of that first movie.
What it I don't know, this is a strong way of phrasing it, but it kind of reeks of like, we need something to just guarantee investors get behind, or, that is a quote-unquote guaranteed hit, which is weird coming off of Alien Romulus success. I mean, I know that's a...
Why wouldn't you announce Alien prequel 3?
I don't know. Like, it just seems like the last... Alien's always been a franchise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Blade Runner kind of recently became a franchise, and I know that they were doing a show coming out soon. But Gladiator was not the one. Was not the next one that I was expecting to be like franchise material, and I think that's what has me more worried than anything. For this, I mean, you just hope it's a good movie and it tells a complete story, and that they don't do the
sequel bait.
Yeah, this is part 1 of 2, really.
Part 1 of 2, so we can set up Paul Mescal versus Denzel Washington in the sequel.
Right.
But I'm still excited, but we'll see.
Yeah.
If all else, Waterboat Gladiator.
I was gonna say, I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I will definitely. Well, I would go see this no matter what.
Yeah, true.
This could get.
I'm not saying
this could get 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'd still be like, yeah, I'm gonna go see this. Like not that. Yeah. Yeah. No, I just think that it's gonna visually be fun to watch. So
yeah,
I'm here. I went to the theater this week and I saw a couple other trailers. Oh, you said you had 2 baby ones.
Two baby ones. One's a teaser for a teaser, which is Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan's movie, vampire movie. Maybe it'll be 3. Who knows? I would. Classic trailer releasing on Tuesday for us.
Right.
And the next one is Netflix just had like a bunch of little baby trailers.
Yeah.
And I could technically do this in news, but we got a trailer for the Toph casting.
Mm-hmm.
She was cast cool, but that first season was not good. Trailer for the newest Cyberpunk show, anime show going to Netflix. And then a Splinter Cell Death Watch.
That's right.
So, I think there was others too, but those are like the 3 that I was like, okay, these are the ones people care about.
Yeah, for sure. I was at the theater and I saw the new trailer for Red 1. Still does nothing for my interest in that movie.
Gun to your head, you have to see Venom 3 or Red 1. What are you seeing?
Venom 3.
Oh, I'd probably go to Red 1.
I'm
hoping there's at least some Christmas spirit in there.
Yeah. I think I'm still more of a Tom Hardy.
Or just take the gun.
I am more of a Tom Hardy fan than a Rock fan at this point.
Look like that gun's going off, folks.
And then Dogman, which is a book series that my daughter is currently reading. It's an animated film about a dog who's a policeman. And in the movie, the dog is a dog and the policeman is a policeman, but they get in a horrible accident. And so the surgeons go, what if we put the dog's head on the man's body?
Is it written by David Cronenberg?
Instantly in. I was instantly like, okay.
What in the body
this
horror?
This is awesome. So, yeah.
Is it made by A24?
It's
That's going to be the end of Magpie. Like, just put the baby's head on Daisy. Just combine them.
Just together. So, yeah. Lots of trailers.
Yep.
Good. Appreciate your patience with us as we got through all those, but it needed to happen.
But lots of good trailers. Lots of stuff to look forward to.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Do we want to quickly talk about what we did this week, since there's only 2 of us and we don't really have a review? We can jump into news after.
You review one thing and I'll review one thing, because I actually have a lot of things I did this week.
Okay.
I'll pass 2 weeks.
Probably the most relevant and especially timely thing I did this week was I went to see Transformers 1, the new
Transformers
animated Transformers film. It is a lot of fun. I think all of the voice actors do a great job. I was pleasantly surprised with the voice acting. Brian Tyree Henry is excellent. I think he's the standout.
Megatron?
Yeah. I think he's the standout. Chris Hemsworth does a good job at pre-Optimus Prime Optimus. This is like their origin story, so it's like before they became Transformers. It's a pretty generic easy to understand. Again, it's for kids,
It's based on a toy.
based on a toy, but like it's pretty generic in terms of its story structure. It doesn't really try to do anything new, um, but I think that's okay. Visually, it's really pretty. It's well animated. I still don't love the faces, and how organic they move.
Everything is Robo except for
right
that
there.
square where everything moves fluid.
It bugs me, but you know what? I got over it and enjoyed the movie anyways. I think the transforming, once they get to that, I mean, there are Transformers in the film from the beginning. They're just not our main characters. But once we get to the introduction of B and inevitably
You mean Badassatron?
that joke went on a little longer than it needed to, but they thought it was funny. So, no, once the transforming really starts, they really have fun with it. There's a couple like the main, I don't know, Transformer leader, like the leader of Cybertron, is a like pretty generic looking. I don't know. I would say like Voltron-esque, like Transformer, and doesn't. I don't think he even transforms into anything that cool. But there are some, all your regular favorites are there: Starscream and Jazz, and so like you get to see them transform. And there's one character in particular. Her name's Arachnid. She has really cool transforming capabilities. So overall, I gave it it's like probably for me like a low fanboy worthy. If you're into Transformers, I'm sure you'll love this. Luke, you will love this. I am very confident. Tyler will probably also love this. I would
very
go.
excited.
I would go back to watch it with my daughter if she so desired. She didn't want to watch it on the day that I went to see it, so I went by myself. It's just how it is. So yeah, no, I think it's really good. It's a lot of fun. Good family movie. Didn't do great at box office first opening weekend, but I hope it has at least a little bit of legs. I'm just not sure if it's going to have a weekend to really. There's not like a holiday coming up when parents might be taking their kids.
And Wild
We're
Robot
kind of-
comes out this weekend,
Wild
right?
Robot is going to crush it. Yeah, that's true. It's probably DOA. But I recommend it. So
I cannot wait to see it. I would have seen it, but I went and saw something else with Tyler this weekend because it was the only day to see it.
it's single, yeah.
And I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Me and Tyler went to see Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. And I don't think there's like a whole lot I need to say. It's a documentary about Christopher Reeve and his family, how he got the role of Superman, and his life after his accident.
Yeah.
And it is just
How much did you cry?
a lot.
Yeah.
It is just an incredible story. And like both sides of it, like how he became Superman, how he was at Juilliard. His roommate was Robin Williams, which is wild, and how he told them like I'm not gonna go audition for Superman, and how they were like, don't do that, you're gonna ruin your career, because he was gonna be a stage actor, because that was the serious acting. When he told his dad he got the Superman role, his dad thought he was talking about a stage play and was super proud of him.
Oh no.
And then when he found out it was the comic book character, he was like, this is a joke. His relationship with his dad was real rough. But it was there's so many little things you don't know about, like the making of those movies.
Yeah.
you like in the trailer you just see like, oh, he was friends with Robin Williams, and it's like they were best friends.
Yeah.
Like, after his accident, Robin was super involved with him, like in supporting him and stuff. And then he met his wife, Dana, before the accident, and how just integral she was to really keeping him alive.
Yeah.
Even just right after the accident. And man, it is so sad. Bring tissues. On my letterbox was like, don't cry challenge impossible. Like, especially if like Superman means a lot to you, especially the Richard Donner Superman movies.
Right.
I cannot recommend it enough.
Do you know when it's coming to Max?
I think it'd be pretty soon. It's an HBO documentary.
Yeah.
And since it was only in theaters for one day, and I think it's coming back like on Wednesday or something.
Of course, a random middle of the week.
Yeah, probably at 3:30 in the afternoon. But if you get the chance to see it in theaters when it comes back, try to go see it if you can. And whenever it pops up on digital renting, or if you have Max, whenever it's on there, I cannot recommend it enough. It's a booyah. It's an incredible story. It will inspire you. It will rip your heart out. Yeah, it was incredible.
Nice. That's awesome.
Me and Tyler, man, we just go see movies and cry with each other.
I'm so bummed that I had all day event on Saturday, so I couldn't get away to see it. But I'm glad you guys did.
Yeah, I totally forgot about it too until Tyler texted. He's like, "Who's sitting next to me?" And I was like, "Oh, shoot, did not realize that was this weekend." But yeah, just really, really good. And I don't know when I'll see it again because I don't know if my heart can take it again. Mm-hmm. But I would like to see it again eventually. But yeah, really, really good.
Nice. Very cool. All right, we'll go through some news real quick.
Let's do some news.
I think you've got way more than I've got written down, so...
I've got a lot of like sub points. I
see
like 8 stories.
I don't usually get to see your notes. No. So. Oh, my bad.
Starting with last week, the biggest story was the PS5 Pro was announced.
That's right.
And everybody was like, ugh, this sucks. So here's PS5 Pro. These were the big 3 things that they were highlighting in their little spiel. Larger GPU. Now get ready for percentages. 67% more compute units, whatever that means. 28% faster memory. And 45% faster rendering. You know what? Cool. It's more powerful. Great.
Yeah.
Advanced ray tracing. And PSSR. PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. Which is AI-driven upscaling.
Okay.
Which is, cool. PC players have that, and they talk about it all the time.
For sure.
It is $700. And the real thing, people are just like, why are we doing this? Their entire showcase was old games.
Yeah.
They were PS4 games. They showed The Last of Us Part 2 multiple times. I played that on PS4. And you know what? It still looks better than a lot of the games I play today.
Yeah.
But like they're wanting you to buy a $700 console to play games that came out 8 years ago. And I just put that development into something else.
Yeah.
But like it's just they always have to have a pro version.
Yeah, there is a, and it hasn't always been this way. I feel like recently, because the Slims of the last generation, I guess the Xbox One X was an upcharge from the Xbox One. So that's maybe a good example of
But
when
that
Xbox did
I
that.
felt like it was closer to the Xbox Series X than it was Xbox One.
Well, how far are we out from...
But just like in power.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, I mean, and mostly that was like, hey, you can play all your games in 4K now.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, you can play 8K, I think, in PS5, which doesn't exist.
yeah,
Have we hit the fidelity ceiling yet?
absolutely.
Yes, we have.
Absolutely, we have.
I saw somebody posting a picture and it was like, here's graphics with 60 cones. Here it is with 600 cones.
Right.
And like it went from, not really that great to pretty good. Then it's 6,000 cones and it's like looks incredible. You can tell exactly what it is down to the detail. 60,000 cones, no difference.
Yeah.
It's just like at a point you need to invest in art, not graphics.
Yeah.
Because there's a huge difference, and I'd say one is way more important than the other, and that's a cool art style or art direction.
I agree. I absolutely agree. No, I think that it's interesting timing. I think they had to pull that trigger knowing that the end of the generation is not that far away.
They had to do it before. Do you think it would have been received better or worse how they did it before the Switch 2 is announced? Or after? Because the Switch 2 is going to be like, maybe $400.
Before. Yeah, they had to do it before Switch 2.
Might do 60 FPS.
Right,
if
right.
we're lucky. Only in TV mode.
Yeah. It definitely feels like PlayStation
mode.
has, being the dominant console this generation, well, really for the last two generations, I think that they are starting to, they have their product for the everyday consumer, and now they're making it for who can we get more money off of? Our hardcore gamers and people who just have that kind of disposable income. Mm-hmm. They're banking on that. I will say the 30th anniversary gray version looks dope.
Dude, I love that controller.
Super cool.
I would buy it if it didn't last only 2 hours. Like, there's no reason to buy a new controller. I'll buy a new cord.
Right.
Just a longer reaching cord.
Yeah.
But yeah. Congratulations on your new PS5 if you want that, but we will be saving money.
Yes.
On the Microsoft side, they laid off 650 people. Sorry, that's not
They're
funny.
saving money in different ways.
Yeah. And they were in the gaming division.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure where or what or who, but
This was last week's story, right?
yes.
I think it was in Activision.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It was part of that
transition.
merger transition. There,
Yeah.
there typically ends up being, roles that are duplicated and say, oh, we don't need two of these. We'll just get rid of you.
Yep. You know that Gollum movie that's coming out?
Oh yeah.
You looking forward to it?
Not anymore. I mean, yes, no. Sorry, I went too soon. Yeah, I'm so excited for more Lord of the Rings content.
What if I told you get 2?
No way!
They're making it into 2 parts. Classic.
Whoa. Hear me out. Why not 3?
You know what? I didn't want to, but now I'm interested. And let's make them all 3 hours long and just really milk this thing, man.
And
How many legacy characters can we bring back that are just way too old now and can't even walk down a slightly elevated ramp?
all of them. That's okay. AI.
I'm not even sure Orlando Bloom could walk down the stairs at this point.
AI will fix it all, Luke.
Oh, that's
gonna be
right.
fine.
AI. I'm so stupid.
Oh.
Thank goodness they all went on strike to fight against AI.
This has got to be like canned at some point, right? Like not just the 2 movie thing, right? Like surely they are listening to what people are saying and remembering Peter Jackson. Do you remember the hell it was to make The Hobbit into 3 movies? I saw the behind the scenes, sir. Don't do it again. For your own self. Don't do it again. Sorry,
I feel
that
like
was my plea to Peter Jackson, who will never see this.
I feel like the one thing everybody agrees on about the Hobbit movies is this shouldn't have been 3.
Did not need to be 3 movies.
Liked it, didn't like it, loved it, hated it. Shouldn't have been 3.
Yeah.
Some people might have been like, 2, okay.
Yeah.
Get some of that appendices stuff in there.
Right.
Most people, it could have been 1. The animated movie is like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Come on now. And 30 of it is singing.
If anything, we needed more songs in the live action. We really
That's
just
right.
get it in the first one.
Yeah. Just the dinner song and
There's the dinner
Misty
song
Mountains.
and there's the Misty Mountains.
And they're like
both
done.
in the first act, and we're just not singing anymore. Come on now.
That's what Bilbo Baggins hates. Does.
Hates. Yeah.
Forks and knives. Honestly, I love that scene.
It's great.
Yeah, just cancel the movie. Honestly, let's just wait for War of the Rohirrim at least.
Yeah.
So we can judge that. You know what? Just make the Gollum movie animated. Make it like a really creepy animated movie.
Ooh. I do feel like there could be some you could get away with creepy animated because I feel like you could still play it off as like PG-13-esque. Like you dive too creepy into the live action and all of a sudden it's like, okay, we've just got like a Lord of the Rings horror film, which is not going to draw the audience you want/need. But animated, I feel like you could probably do that. I'll tell you what I can't
do anything in animation.
I'll tell you what I can't get out of my head. Something you mentioned like 3 weeks ago, which is the First Age Silmarillion story in anime. And I'm just like, I need to start writing it. Because
You just need to send a letter to the Tolkien estate.
Right.
And just be like, listen, I don't want to make it.
Oh, no, I want to make it.
You want to make an anime?
Yeah.
Just like...
Can I write it? Can I at least write it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
But,
Can I be yeah. No.
Just be like...
We'll hire a professional anime.
Be like, we can do this a lot of justice if we just animate it.
It'd be so cool.
Like, we can literally do anything. Nothing will feel out of place because you can do anything. So there's flying ships, right?
The dragon that's the size of like a mountain will work.
Boom. Works.
Thought Smog was big.
He's a little baby dragon.
He is.
He's a little wussy.
Little fire drake from the north. Ugh, get out of here.
I see Smaug and I want to cry out of pity because he looks so weak. That being said, I have no idea what dragon you're actually
He's a sad boy. I can't remember his name. It's like Gorgolog.
Gorgolog?
Gorgolog.
Gorgoth? Riven?
He's a wish dragon.
I wish for more gold for Smaug. Poor guy.
He could use some more, actually.
Can never have enough gold if you're a dragon. All right, let's move on to a different historical book franchise. How about?
Yeah, of course.
Villeneuve was talking about Dune Messiah. Says it'll be his last film in the franchise. You know what? Good. Glad you're doing it.
Even if it's not,
no doubt he was, but
even if it's not, the fact that he's going into this thinking that,
yeah,
right, like that means that this is a complete thing.
Yep.
And he as a filmmaker is not setting out to, become this franchise helm for 10 more years.
Yep. The script is being worked on. He said he knows how to handle the time jump.
Sweet.
Which, I mean, I didn't really doubt that he wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would trust Denis Villeneuve to really do anything. Write an incredible movie, do my taxes. And the other thing is he's planning to kind of set it up so somebody else can take it into the wildness of what became the Dune books.
Which So they'll try. I mean, I don't know if they'll ever get
Try-
something
try and fail.
made, but they will at least try to develop something. They'll
Maybe a show.
Warner
if
Brothers
the-
will look at filmmakers and be like, "Who wants to take a stab at this?" Some up and comer will be like, "Yeah, we'll try it," and whether it's a show or developed as a film, I don't know if it actually ever gets made, but they'll try, and I
Yeah.
think that's kind of cool.
I think show would probably depend on how well Prophecy does, like
How well it's
viewership.
received, yeah.
But yeah, really excited for that. Take your time though. I'm really in no rush. I want it to just be perfect.
Yep.
Whenever Villeneuve's like, we can put this in theaters, is when I'm okay for it to be released.
Agreed.
All right. I gotta delete stuff. I've got so much on here. Respawn was talking Star Wars.
Yep.
And to my pleasure, this actually made me so happy in like more ways than one. They said they're working on the third and final Star Wars Jedi game.
Yep.
The fact that they're making it, fantastic.
Yes.
The fact that they're like, this is the last one, awesome.
Double good.
Like, I really enjoy both games. I think the second one was even better than the first one, both in its open world mechanics, its story and writing, and then its combat was so much better.
Yeah.
And just the fact that they're like, remember all your abilities from the first game? You still have them.
You just have them.
Oh, it was so beautiful. I love it. But yeah. That will probably come out in like, what, 6 years?
Big thumbs up, especially since Outlaws has gotten
It's pretty mixed.
pretty panned. At least, I think critically, it was well received. But what I'm seeing from general audience, players, streamers, is that they're pretty disappointed with it. Which
I feel like it's like, this is not a great video game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really, at its best, it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is really cool Star Wars stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully it goes on sale soon so I can play it. Dude, $70 or how much are games? 60? 70?
60. Wow.
It's too much now.
60, but then they'll almost always try and get you to
Deluxe, premium,
pay
gold.
90 or 100 is really
Well,
what they're
was
aiming
their
for.
version 120 or whatever?
Something, I think so.
How
Yeah.
ridiculous, man.
Ugh.
But yeah. There was an update from Mr. Battlefield. I just wrote down Battlefield update. I didn't write down what the actual update was.
Yeah, the Vince Zampella, who's kind of over all of the Battlefield stuff right now, gave an update about the next Battlefield, which is going to go back to a Battlefield 3/4 kind of size and philosophy over how the gameplay flows. He just felt like the 120 players was just too big.
It was too much.
It was a lot, I would agree, and probably too much. I think I had the least amount of fun in the last one, for sure. But also that kind of time setting of more like present than future warfare or historical warfare. It looks like it'll take place over lots of different areas. I think the concept art looked a lot like Europe, Italy, or Greece or somewhere like that.
It's just great that they're going back to what they know and what they're good at.
Yeah. They're going away from
Future, back to modern.
no. They're yes.
Oh,
yes.
classes.
Classes and specialists. They're abandoning specialists and they're going back to classes.
Thank goodness. Specialist was an L.
So
Like, I just remember all my time in 2042 just felt like, why did we do this?
Yeah. So it feels like it'll be a nice return to
Keep it simple, man.
yeah.
They had a great,
Return to form.
like, I don't want to call it game loop.
But it was.
Game loop understanding,
Yeah.
I guess, mechanic. They had a great foundation for what is great for just a massive online shooter
Yeah.
where you can jump in and you go medic, ammo, sniper. Okay, like
Yeah. or like heavy.
Yeah.
Right, support.
It's like, okay, I can choose any one of those, and I've got like 150 weapons. And that's where you can personalize all your stuff.
And the maps were still varied enough where it was like, do I want to do vehicle gameplay? Do I want to do like a big open field? Do I want to find the little nooks and crannies and do close quarters combat?
Yeah.
Like, it was all built in
Even
there
the vehicles itself
so
had
well.
so many different.
Yeah.
Do I want to fly a jet
Yep.
or do I want to drive a tank?
Yep.
Obviously, me and Tyler are getting in a motorcycle with a sidecar.
Of course.
It's the only vehicle I really care about. And my message to DICE or EA, whoever makes it now, motorcycle, sidecar. If it's not in the game, it's a dumpster fire.
It's immediate.
That was one of the worst things about 2042. And then it's honestly one of the best things about Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1?
It's still one of the best feeling shooters I've ever played.
It was so
and motorcycle with a sidecar.
Yeah.
Hopefully after this, what will they call it? Probably Battlefield 6.
6, I would assume.
I hope they go back to World War 1. Just the most unique shooter
Yeah.
out there as far as just giant sandbox shoot 'em ups.
Yeah.
That
I'm
was
trying to think, is there
the best breath of fresh air I had in a shooter. And I think that was the game that made me quit Call of Duty.
Yeah. Has there been, I'm trying to think if there's a time frame that hasn't really been done in Battlefield, like Vietnam?
Bad Company, but they
Yeah.
haven't made one since what, 2008?
Yeah, something like that.
I wouldn't be opposed to
I
that.
wouldn't be opposed to that either.
Or if you want to do Bad Company, but I don't know. I feel like I'm like uplifting these wars, and it feels weird. Like
Sure.
Korea.
Oh, yeah. No, it's, we are in no way endorsing or supporting.
I would love to have this video game in this
Conflicts.
horrible point in history.
We are simply saying that these are unique periods of more
of world history.
And post World War I as like the modern era of conflict, right? And so it's just interesting to see these games set in those time periods.
Yeah,
sure.
Revolutionary War. You get one shot and then you have to use a sword.
Yes.
You have some people that just line up on the cannons. Or you can fast forward a little bit. You could do Civil War. So you could at least have like a revolver.
That wouldn't be
get up on the Gatling and just
testy at all here in America.
No. I mean, it's our history.
True. We gotta.
Can you imagine being
we
the person
baked that cake. We gotta eat it.
I want to play as the Confederates. Why?
Oh no!
Can you explain that to me?
So yeah, very excited about potential next Battlefield.
Yes.
Bummed that all other Battlefield things are dead because all of the support is going to this. But
yeah,
still excited for this, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I've got 3 more.
Okay, keep them coming.
This is gonna sound like bad news at first, but it's actually good news.
Ooh.
At least I think it is. Arcane Season 2 is being split up into 3 different release dates. They're 1 week apart. Each one.
Yeah.
It's 3 acts, so it's probably going to be like 3 episodes, 3 episodes, 3 episodes. Which honestly, that's what the first season felt like.
Yeah.
They were just all released at once.
Yeah.
I initially saw this and I was like, seriously, we're doing this
too,
again?
and I didn't look at the date. I didn't think of the dates.
It's just a weekly release schedule.
But if it's just, yeah.
This is amazing.
This sounds great.
It looks like they're learning. And I need them to learn the right thing. That your headline massive blockbuster shows can be a weekly release.
Yeah.
And it will be okay. We don't need to go 5 months and then release part 2. Just lie. Say it's not done yet. It's actually 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is awesome. It's November 9, 16, 23.
Sweet.
Cannot wait. Season 2 of Arcane is going to be freaking awesome. Batman 2.
Yeah.
Last week I had written down that it was going to be filmed in winter. And it was just like a whatever boring story because there wasn't like a whole lot like to talk about, or at least as much last week. But because Penguin released this past weekend, there's been a lot of Batman 2 talk.
Mm-hmm.
And it really has just got me so excited. The script is done. He's been talking about how it's another like Bruce Batman centric murder mystery, and how that's kind of like the trilogy that he wants to make is going to be that.
Yeah. I
He
think that's really
he was
cool.
asked about Court of Owls, and he was just like, I'm not going to talk about the movie at all. It's like, maybe not this movie, but maybe the next
Maybe
one.
number 3.
And then like people are also talking about how there was the Arkham Asylum spin-off series.
Yep.
It was alive, then now it's dead. Now it might be
And
alive
now
again.
it's actually maybe alive
It
again?
might not be the Arkham series, but there is another
It seems like there's...
Batman Reeves
Yeah.
spin-off series in the works.
I
Because
think
Penguin
with-
was reviewed very
I was
well.
going to say, I think with the critical... Right, like the critics have seen it and are giving it high praise, and they're talking about it for Emmys and things like that. And,
Yeah.
like they're gonna. Okay, what else can we do?
Yeah.
Whether you think that's a bad decision or a good decision,
I'll talk about that later.
we'll see.
I'll watch that episode. I'll talk about it. Last story for me. This is what I was talking about at the beginning. Kyle Chandler was cast as Hal Jordan in the Lantern series
That's right.
for DC Studios and HBO. He's trading Clear Eyes, Full Hearts Can't Lose for In Brightest Day and Blackest Night.
Oh, I get it. Okay, see, there you go.
He's Coach Taylor from
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights, and he was awesome in that show. This was not the casting I was expecting.
No,
I don't hate it, but
I don't hate it either.
I'm not like off the wall about it either.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's an Emmy winner,
Yeah.
so he's not a bum. But yeah, now the question is, who are they going to get for Jon Stewart?
Right.
There's a lot of great young actors, young black actors out there that could just crush this role.
Agreed.
We've talked about a lot, and I'd be like the most recent one is Aaron Pierre.
Yeah.
Crush it. The dude from Romulus, I don't know his name. David?
Yeah.
David Johnson? No, I don't remember. He'd be great. Man, there's a lot of great options. I'm really curious who they're gonna cast. Also wondering if that will come sooner rather than later. This thing seems to be moving along pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, because if they're casting, that means
It means
the
there's a
script is done.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? I love that Gunn said that. Because if there's ever a casting announcement, that means they've made a lot of progress in pre-production. So,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited for that series. Kyle Chandler's cool. Can't wait for Jon Stewart. All right, I'm out of news stories. Do you have any? None?
You covered them all.
I got them all.
Covered them all.
Let's go.
Luke is on
Woo!
point. I'll quickly talk about what else I did this last 2 weeks. Really just this last week because I didn't do much the week before. Watched another episode of Rings of Power.
Yep.
Another good episode of Rings of
6
Power.
episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get to talk about last week's. I think they've had 2 really good episodes.
Yeah, we really have. We've had 2 good episodes. Yeah, really diving into. I think everything in Khazad-dûm is really interesting and really good. I think the show right now is its strongest when it's in Eregion with Anatar and Celebrimbor.
They're so good together.
They're very good. They have such good chemistry. And then they surround them with, like the Miranda. Miranda? Is that her name?
Miradonna?
Miradonna. Or, Miranda.
Madonna.
Miranda's too basic of a name to be an elf. Right,
Miranda.
but they surround them with these kind of very minor smiths, but they add just enough flavor.
Yeah.
It's just like a little bit of spice around the edges. It's
Yeah.
like,
And
okay,
that
cool.
like that little sequence where they're like pulling the kind of hiding the truth from Celebrimbor.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the little camera shit. Dude, it's so like basic and you know it's gonna happen. It's like, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is cool, and the music with it. The music is always spot on with the show.
Dude, Bear's been crushing it this season.
Dude,
I mean, he did well last season too, but like
no, it was no.
crushing it this
Haven't
season.
you heard the show's trash?
Yeah, I think right now the only the Harfoot / Stranger storyline has kind of stalled out, and it's just because there's not much going. Like, there's so much else going on, and that story is just so much smaller this season.
That story moves really slow.
Yeah,
which is odd compared to the rest of the show.
right.
Like the Numenor stuff flies, and I really enjoy what I get. But the fact that it flies, and we talk about this probably like every week.
Yeah,
you're just like, woo, okay, that was cool, but I need a breather.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would agree, and I wonder how much we'll get in the next episode. I feel like the next episode is going to be a lot of a Rhaegon battle. Mm-hmm. But I've really enjoyed Rory Keener's Bombadil.
Bombadil's been great. They have.
I hope he's not done because I really enjoy him.
I don't know. I wouldn't hold my breath for any more Bombadil.
Him and Gandalf. They haven't said he's Gandalf, but I'm tired of calling him the Stranger. We all know he's gonna be. They gotta go beat up the Dark Wizard.
That'll be interesting if they do that.
Just get all the stewards and just get them down on the ground. Just start kicking them. Like the ending of It.
I really wish we had
with a baseball bat.
A slightly different something with the stewards. The stewards right now are so uninteresting because it just feels like they are there to hide. And like not the stewards themselves, but like we need to hide I can't remember their names. Poppy and Nori. And then like the whole love interest with
it feels like a way to write her out of the show.
It really does.
Like the end of that little storyline is going to be, I'm going to stay here with this dude I love, and you go off with Gandalf. Where it's just like she could have just stayed with her family at the beginning of the
season, or they're gonna kill him, and then she's like has to keep going on the journey because he's dead. I don't know.
One of those because they're both cliches.
I just feel like there could be some really interesting stuff with the fact that Stewards and Harfoots used to be, the same. Basically, it was like these are two people groups who came from one tree, essentially, and there could be some interesting stuff there that they just don't do. My other minor quibble is with the Numenor storyline. Pacing aside, I am just not sure. I don't think they're doing a good job of explaining the rules of how anything is decided in this kingdom. Because we got a parent coup between episodes 3 and 4. But also then we're just like we're still abiding by the laws of the Valar, and we're gonna give them this the sea is always right thing, despite the fact that we absolutely don't believe it. Like I think they're just that cocky. But then like how they end that section of that with
him
episode,
like using the Palantir, or just
just with temples. What does it mean for her when everyone's like it feels like we're going back into the is she queen now, or like
they should just fight.
Can we not just let's just get to the Civil War, I guess. Like, come on, like what are we doing here?
Season 3.
We're moving fast enough. Let's move faster, I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like it's been explained well. For me, I understand it's different than the books, and I'm more or less okay with that. But it's different in a way that I don't understand it, and that's what's frustrating. Minor quibbles, still really enjoying it. Very excited for battle next week. this week.
Very excited.
Big battle. Yeah. So, what else did I do? Oh, I watched the first episode of the Agatha All Along
Oh yeah,
Disney Plus show. There's 2 episodes out right now. We watched the first, Stephanie and I. The first episode's great. It has like a 30-minute cold open, where she is essentially trapped in a spell created by Wanda, and it's like True Detective or Mayor of Easttown or any other murder mystery thing where she's a detective who's coming back to the grind. And
she had to turn her badge and gun in.
Yeah.
She did?
No, well, she's turned it in, and now she's being called back to investigate this murder. So, like, it just opens in a very non-traditional Marvel way, and it doesn't feel like Marvel at all. It gets a little more Marvel-y once that cold open is done, but not too much, and it's still like, obviously we're making this for adults, not kids. This is not a kid show, right? Like, she's just walking around the town naked, and not that you're seeing everything, but like, it's just some of the things that they're talking about are obviously, it's like, okay, this isn't made for children, and I kind of appreciate that. I do think it makes it feel unique, and I'll be interested to see where it goes. We'll definitely keep watching it. 'Tis the season for spooky stuff, and I'm here for that. So, I think that kind of sums up my week.
Very cool.
I probably watched other things, but I don't remember them.
I did a lot over the past 2 weeks. The big thing that I really did was the Penguin premiered. Kind of mentioned this earlier. Premiered on Thursday. The show will continue to air on Sunday nights. Sunday night HBOs are back. Let's go.
Yeah.
First episode was awesome. It starts right at the end of the Batman. Like, there's that shot of Oz standing in that window, and like there's this voiceover of the news, and they're talking about the flood and how it's damaging parts of the city, and like it shows some pretty big damage too.
Yeah.
Like, even that really the movie doesn't allude to, like, just bridges and homes being destroyed. And it just kicks off right from there. And it's Oz does something, I won't ruin it. And it's him and his new little helper.
Oh.
Who he kind of forces into helping him. Because he witnesses him doing a crime. And he's like, I'll either kill you or you can help me, type of thing. And
the choice is yours.
Sophia Falcone is released from Arkham.
Oh.
She's a psychopath. And she is incredible. Played by Kristen Milioti. She's from Palm Springs.
Oh, yeah.
She's awesome. She is like a psycho to the nth degree, man. She's crazy. I think she's going to be so much fun to watch. But even story aside, it just feels like a continuation of Matt Reeves' The Batman movie. And the way it looks, the way the people act. Just like they said they got the same cameras for the show.
Really?
So they have the nasty, dirty lenses that they used in the Batman. They had a lot of those like bright light shots from like headlights that are just directly into the camera. Like, it just feels like chapter 5.
That's awesome.
Of the Batman.
Yeah.
Like, we saw the first 4 and here's chapter 5. Now we just get a new chapter every week. Man, it's awesome. And I'm not surprised they are trying to get another spin-off series going. Like, do the Penguin, then we'll get the Batman 2, give us another spin-off, Batman 3, maybe end it there. Matt Reeves even talked about, he's like, I wouldn't put Wouldn't be surprised if there's Batman on TV sometime. Oh,
Mm.
dude, it'd be so awesome. Can you imagine True Detective, but it's just Batman?
But it's just Batman? Let's go.
It'd be so awesome. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of that show, man. And Colin Farrell is just incredible. He has a naked scene in it, like not like full nudity,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but he has to wear full like body
Bodysuit.
makeup.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks so good. It's just incredible, the makeup and prosthetic team, what they did for the Batman and this show. It's freaking awesome. But yeah, can't wait for the rest of that. The other thing that I watched last week, which I would have reviewed last week, but you dang Transformer. I watched Young Woman in the Sea. This is a movie about, I don't remember her name, but it's the first woman to ever swim across the English Channel.
Yeah.
Man, it was really good. It reminded me of the sports movies that like I watched growing up as a kid. Like Rudy and Hoosiers.
Yeah.
It is an incredible
Really
story.
inspiring.
Plus, it's a swimming movie. Trudy is her first name. I don't know her last name, but like a lot of the movies are like learning how to swim, going to the Olympics, and just man, it was so good. And Daisy Ridley is fantastic, and it like inspired me to watch Rudy and Hoosiers too, because it's like I haven't seen these movies in a long time. It's time to rewatch them. So it was a fun week of watching sports movies that I watched when I was a kid.
Nice.
That is on Disney Plus. I give it a fanboy worthy. If you want to check it out, you want to feel good, watch a heartwarming and inspiring movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff.
Love it.
Only Murders in the Building season 4 premiered. I've seen the first 4 episodes. It's fantastic. I'll move quickly. Suicide Squad Isekai I finished. Awesome show. I watched the first like several episodes in Japanese because that's just what it was. Then I fell off because life, and I've watched the rest of it in the dub.
Yeah.
Both are great.
Oh,
I liked both. I'm not opposed to animated dub those like some people who watch anime are. So, and then the last thing that I did just last night was I beat Dungeons of Hindenburg. This is an indie game that was on Game Pass. It's a cozy game, but also a dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
Combination of the both.
It seems like an interesting combination.
Yeah, and man, it was so much fun. There's a lot of fun boss fights in there. The dungeons and their puzzles are so interesting. And it was just great how none of them felt the same. Mm-hmm. Really encourage people to try that game out if you want a game that isn't hard, but will still challenge your mind. And then has fun combat with a lot of cool powers in it too. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Fanboy worthy.
Sweet.
Maybe, you know what? It might be my game of the year.
Oh.
I don't know. It's competing with Hellblade 2 in Final Shape. But I'd probably go Hellblade then Final Shape. But this might overtake it just because it's like a game that made me feel good.
Yeah.
It's not like depressing, kind of like Hellblade.
Right.
But yeah, it might be up there. We'll see. There's still a lot of games that I haven't played this year, and I will not play them all.
Yeah. It's just not possible. We don't have the time.
It's not that. It's too expensive.
Oh, okay.
Games are too expensive.
If we got review copies of things.
No, we won't.
But if we did.
We need more than 5 listeners.
Oh, goodness. Well, good update. Thank you, Luke.
Yep.
You did a lot. Appreciate it.
That's why I'm here, to do a lot.
Next week, Tyler will have to give us 3 weeks of what he did. But, yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Doesn't look like we got any Fanbox questions in the chat. So, I don't know what we'll be reviewing next week. I'm hoping I'm going to go out and see Megalopolis.
Maybe I'll see Transformers.
So
I know you already reviewed
it.
but
No, I'd love to hear your thoughts of it as a Transformers fan. Like, I'm sure there's a ton of stuff that just went whoosh, right over my head. So yeah, we're definitely getting to the season where there's lots of kind of those Oscar smaller movies that are out too, a little more niche. So I may be, you know, not a lot of people are gonna go see Megalopolis, so that's not like a big movie that people are seeing.
I wouldn't be surprised if
but
nobody goes and sees it.
there will be one ticket sold in Wichita, and it will be me.
You'll be just right in the center of the IMAX.
I don't even think it's come to IMAX. I don't
You're-
think we got IMAX.
You're going to be able to do the Adam Driver asks a question from the audience. You can just look up the question online before. Just be like, what is 2 + 2? You know? And you can be like, it's not 4. You have to broaden your mind. And then time goes backwards or whatever. I don't know what this movie is. So
I don't
I'm
either.
guessing.
That's what it's gonna be. That's why it's gonna be fun.
2 + 2 is 4? No. Broaden your mind. 2 + 2 is chicken.
That sounds about right.
That's Brian Regan.
Until next week, I want to thank you guys for watching, hanging out with us on Twitch, watching on YouTube, or listening to the podcast. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.